Well, hey, greetings, family. I said greetings. I'm gonna keep it to greetings. Man, I pray y'all doing good today. I just wanted to stop through and you know, this is something that just kind of boggles my mind from time to time. So this is a boggle mind moment. I know the answer, but I just want to just set it up this way because this is such a it is a dangerous place for the Christian, for the believer, for the potential Christian and believer. One of the biggest tricks that we just tend to get swallowed up in all the time, man, generation through generation, is this idea or this fact, this truth, is this experience that we somehow learn and practice to grapple onto information that necessarily doesn't have any true bearing or true weight on our position in God. And lately it seems louder than ever because I just believe it's, social media, and we have the technology that just hooks us and links us up together so we can hear more people talk about the same thing at the same time. So it always boggled my mind, or I should say it started to some years ago. This whole idea, this whole thing that, again, we are always looking to look like God by way of information, by the things that we come across. We learn the language of the Jews, Hebrew, which is fine and dandy. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. I'm not really saying anything's wrong with anything, but I am saying something's wrong with something. But anyway, so we learn all of these systems, and people learn how to what do they say, theologically exegete and hermeneutics and those kind of things, and they learn all of these things only to come up short with the most important thing. Nobody ever really learns how to be like Jesus. We have these ideas that what it means to be like Jesus is to live by the laws, to do all of these specific works, again, hoping that, or even, I guess I would say, you believe in it, that's going to please God to the point that God's going to move on your behalf. But it's very, it's a dangerous ground to walk on because, first of all, it's normal to men. It's understanding to men, meaning this is how the carnal mind has kind of programmed us to be. We go to school, we're taught to go to school. They tell us to do these things and learn these accolades. We got whole countries that are just really educated because they really believe and think that education is going to be the way to success, which I get it. I totally get it and I totally understand it. And also, God uses he uses knowledge and wisdom and education to reach a multitude of people. But again, the deficit is the gray area is we learn how to communicate, but we never learn how to be what God made us to be. We never learn how to be the image of Christ. I was listening to something a little while ago, and they were talking about the children of Israel and how when they, left Egypt, and well, what was just supposed to be an 11-day journey or 11-day trip turns into 40 years because of the slavery mentality that the children of Israel had, or they were, kind of developed with when they were in Egypt, which is it's a very crucial picture, and just so really understanding that we have a habit of bypassing the path that's going to lead us to the promised land. And the promised land is a life in, with, and of Christ. That's the place, because it's only in that place that God's work can truly get done. So let me hit this home. Listen to what I just said. It is only that place where God's work can truly get done. God didn't do all of this for you to learn mathematics. He didn't do all of this for you to learn how to speak 18 different languages. He didn't do all of this for you to learn the systems of religious men better than another religious man. That's not what all that's a byproduct of something. If God really wants you to understand some deep secrets of God, he'll show you or I should say he'll show that part of you that is been readied for the spirit of God in the real way. God really wants to show us some extraordinary things, but the truth is he can't really rely on us, but because we are a people that have been conditioned to for accolades. So I want to know this because I want to be in the know. I want to know more than the next man. I want to sound greater than the next man, and nobody is and has really not developed the true identity. That's the game changer. If you look over the people that we call generals of the faith, they whether and these are people that most of the time came from a background of the word, reading the word and the word, but there was something that they understood that most men and women don't understand, and it was the execution into the image of Christ that makes the difference. It doesn't matter how much how many people know the Bible backwards and forwards, man. They're reading these words, man, like they eating up some Cheerios or something. I don't know, but and they're still beat up, they're still broken, they're still weak, they're still unusable. Um, in the levels of God that God needs us to be usable in. I hope that makes sense. So don't get it twisted, folks. We're going to have to get down to the becoming, to the action of becoming the thing that Christ paid for. And it has nothing to do with the accolades and the understandings that men learn to kind of walk in. It has everything to do with learning to obey God. And again, I wanted to bring the children of Israel back up once again. So again, it took what should have been 11 days or so, 40 years. So you mean to tell me that I could have bypassed 40 years if I would have just allowed the presence of God to maneuver me, to direct me, to take me, to lead me and guide me. Yeah, there was still going to be some transformation that happened because slavery had to get out of the people. But the truth is, you can either be conditioned or trained in two ways. You can be trained by a significant amount of pain, or delay, or decrease, or you can allow moments that you kind of step into, thorny grass, you know what I mean? Just for a few steps at a time, and then you're back out. You can allow that type of training, to happen, or the other one. We've been so conditioned, not understanding that we don't have to be trained in the ways that we've been used to being trained by God, which is just really hard and long and hard and treacherous treks, through life. So again, people, I pray it makes sense, Pastor Jamal. Again, start to obey God. Start to live in this flow of God. Yeah, it's gonna take a bit of acceptance, but you can do it because that's how He made you. So I'll talk to you. Peace.